The City of Gary Department of Public Parks Board of Park Commissioners Board meeting for the date of Tuesday, August 25th, 2026, at 10:30 a.m. is now in session. Roll call.
President Gardner,
Present.
Vice President Cook,
Present.
Commissioner Patterson.
Present.
We do have a quorum and we'll continue. We now have our pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would address your attention to the minutes of the date of July. Well, we didn't have we didn't have the executive session. I would address your attention to the minutes for the date of July 28th. Are there any questions?
I have none.
I will entertain a motion and we will approve the minutes as presented.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve minutes as presented.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Patterson,
Yes.
Vice President Cook,
Yes.
President Gardner.
Yes. I'll now direct your attention to the claims listing. And the claims listing is from July 27th through August 26th, 2026. Yeah, that's my question. Perhaps someone could address that. We have a $3,200 fuel cost based on roughly 30 days under Pinkerton Pinkerton Fuel and Lubricants. And the question was, how many vehicles is that?
I cannot, Mr. Alford is on his way, and he may be able to, shed some light on that.
And I would imagine that's for the gas at Marquette at 860 for the vehicles.
For the.
Beach Patrol, the lifeguards.
That sounds about right. We'll get an exact answer for that. Does that mark, is that a dramatic increase?
Yeah, so much so that it jumped out.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
It is usually not something that surprises us. That figure in 30 days.
Well, yeah, and I can certainly say the last 2 weeks.
3,280.
Mhm.
How many vehicles is that?
I don't know how many vehicles, but I'm sure they have been in perpetual motion, since that time, so, but I'll get a definitive answer for you, okay? Sure.
Any other questions from board members?
No, but the comment is good to look at the claims and not see all of that money that we used to spend clearing the boat ramp.
I know. That's why.
It's really good not to see that. Do you want the motion?
Yes.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to move that we approve the claims as listed.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Patterson,
Yes.
Vice President Cook,
Yes.
President Gardner.
Yes. Motion is carried. I address your attention to payroll.
Used to have 42 payrolls since we missed the meeting, so it will be August 7th and August 21st.
Okay. Let's first take a look at August the 7th.
Do we take them individually or together?
I think we'll do them together, but I do have a question concerning, Hudson County. Hudson County was open on the weekend, is that correct?
Yes.
Currently, no.
Currently, no?
Right, so since the storm, the Hudson Campbell is serving as the site for the Red Cross.
Right.
So it is not currently, this is the prior,
Yeah.
Yes.
okay.
But in terms of it's a regular function,
Sure,
Right.
it is open on weekends.
yes.
Right, so do we have personnel whose regular schedule reflects that some work the weekend? Or are we paying overtime every weekend for people working Hudson County?
Not everyone, usually it's one particular person or two particular persons, Tess and, Jamil Washington, because Tess usually works the desk and, you know, cleaning the facility. And then Jamil jumps in if people are missing, you know, like somebody called off or something like that.
So we do have people scheduled to work the Hudson Campbell
Yes.
as part of their regular work schedule?
That is correct.
Okay.
Has Hudson Campbell became its own entity, revenue stream entity, or is it still requiring the city?
It is still requiring support.
Then I'll entertain a motion that we will approve the payroll as submitted.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the payrolls as submitted. All in
Second.
favor?
Roll call?
Commissioner Patterson,
Yes.
Vice President Cook,
Yes.
President Gardner.
Yes, motion is carried. That takes us to our legal report.
We have 4 contracts before the board for approval this morning. And they are professional services contract. The first contract is with ACCI Construction LLC. And they will be performing maintenance services at various park locations as stated in their invoices. And the sum is not to exceed the sum of $29,445. The term is from May 11th, 2026. Listed in the contract, it has July 1, 2026. My understanding that should run until today, which is August 25th, 26. And we'll make that notation on the contract and have the board initial that to that effect. And we're asking for approval for that contract today.
Questions from board members?
Yeah, these are the people that are putting in those raised crosswalks.
Yes, scope of work.
Okay, all right.
And I would add that this work is completed, so this contract is simply so that we can pay them, which is why we want to extend the term date out to today.
Okay.
And this is for the pedestrian access path.
Yes.
Any questions from board members?
I have none.
Then I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the contract with ACCI Construction LLC.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the contract as listed.
Second.
ACCI.
Roll call?
Commissioner Patterson,
Yes.
Vice President Cook,
Yes.
President Gardner.
Yes, motion is carried.
It takes us to our next contract. It's with Jazzy Ladies, and they'll be providing professional services in the park department, and that's not to exceed the sum of $2,000. They have an hourly rate of $50, 2 hours per class from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And that term is from beginning July 1, 2026, and ending December 31st, 2026. Asking for board approval of that agreement.
Any questions from board members?
Yeah, I'd like to know how well are these classes attended? Just curious, does anybody know?
Our programs director is not here to give us some details about that.
Well, we do get a lot of phone calls, because they usually like people to call ahead of time. You know, so you know how many people will be there.
We
So
have
I
any
do take
idea?
quite a few calls for them when they come, they do enjoy it.
Is there a registration that's in the county sign in or anything like that? So
They
we
do
have
sign
an idea
in
what the numbers are?
at the end.
The mics are good.
Try to get an
Yellow
answer
got
to that.
33%.
Maybe not now, but like, what the attendance is.
Are we only like?
Any other questions?
Okay.
Then I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the contract with Jazzy Ladies for the services they will provide.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to approve, make a motion to approve this contract as presented.
Second.
Roll call?
asphalt services for the Jewel Parks and with Ref Riley. And they're going to be providing just that out services at each park. So that term is from May 1, 2026 until September 1, 2026. And the compensation in that contract is not to exceed the sum of $54,434. And there's also a proposal in there for some additional resurfacing for the various parks, and it's listed as an exhibit. And it lays out what those proposals are for each park and exhibit. And it's listed on page 2 if you have it. For Brunswick, it's $91,110. Glen Ryan, $44,280. Roosevelt, $200,180. Ironwood, $157,120. Howell Park, $61,755. And Tolliston, $285,605. And there indicates there's a free change order for these costs,
So these costs have been approved?
according to this.
And the work has been
Complete.
completed. I think this is, again, Don, you can verify this, that contractually, this contract was actually led in 25. And so we're just making sure we're in compliance with the terms. And this is the remaining balance to the vendor, Reef Riley. But all of the work, am I speaking correctly?
Yes.
Has already been completed.
Was for the resurfacing of the basketball courts and the tennis courts.
Across the Jewel Park.
So that's $61 figure, 61,000, is that what it was?
54,434.
Is actually the added amount.
That's not additional. That was included.
I think that's what is in order.
The change
correct?
order?
I'm not sure. I didn't see that.
I'm not sure, but I will be sure, but I believe, excuse me, the issue here.
All the work has been performed.
All the work is done.
Okay.
Of that I answer.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to talk about payment. So was the 54,434 the change order amount?
That sounds right, yes.
So
Yeah,
that's
that was
the
what I was
addition.
asking, that's the
Was that your
addition.
original question?
So we're actually approving the additional amount.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
And Mr. Suggs?
Yeah, I'm thinking there was an issue with Towson when they put up the incorrect backboards and ramps, and the ones that broke.
They had to dig it back out.
Had to dig it back out. There was a cost there.
Okay.
And have they been paid?
Reef Riley,
Right.
this will allow.
Complete
Close
their
out.
payment.
Yes,
Okay.
this is the last of the cost associated
And-
with the asphalt.
And so the cost on page 2,
And
exhibit 1, is the cost. That's the cost.
The
That's
overall.
with the change orders.
Correct.
Those are the costs we paid.
Then I'll entertain a motion with, that we would approve, the change order with Reed Riley for the, paving at, asphalt paving at the Jewel Parks as listed.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to make a motion to approve these contracts as presented.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Patterson? Yes. Vice President Cook?
Yes.
President Gardner?
Yes, motion is carried.
Takes us to our final contract, and that's a professional service contract for security for Anthony C. Ford Senior, who does security at Hudson Campbell. And it's for a period beginning on July 1, 2026, ending December 31st, 2026. It's not to exceed the sum of $15,000, and he gets paid at a rate of $30 per hour. We have to board to approve that contract.
Any questions? Then, I'll entertain a motion that we would approve the contract with Anthony C. Ford Senior, for contracted security service.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the contract as presented.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Patterson? Yes. Vice President Cook?
Yes.
President Gardner?
Yes. Motion is carried.
That completes the legal report.
All right, administrative reports.
did.
What do you have on Marquette? Okay, you have one for, Parks Grove now.
Okay.
So we don't have enough parties left here today, right?
No, school is,
The one Hudson County,
no,
okay. Market Park,
yes.
okay, then we'll do some Market Park.
Mhm.
Good morning, board members.
Good morning.
I'm Brittany Buggs, manager for Marquette. Storm relief and storm-related matters. Due to the power outages caused by the storm, we did have to cancel 3 events between August 15th and August 21st. 2 of those have been rescheduled for September. The other is awaiting a refund. It was outside of the guidelines. We usually don't do refunds for those down payments, but it was a 50th anniversary that couldn't be rescheduled. The lower lounge was damaged slightly, just the wax on the floor, so we're looking to have that redone. To my understanding, the concession stand has been temporarily paused operations. Nicole Harris and Bling City Hot Dogs, they have been contributing to the relief efforts, so her truck has been out at a lot of these giveaways as well. So I did leave her a message, and she expressed that she planned to restart operations as soon as possible. I wasn't able to confirm whether or not power has been restored at the concession stand yet, so we're still looking into that. As far as the property, we do have some branches and debris, but we plan to have those removed by Friday. Upcoming events are listed on the sheets that you have as well. We do have events occurring every weekend up until the last weekend of September. All deposit receipts have been successfully sorted and filed chronologically. Scheduled events and bookings are being reviewed just to make sure we don't have any double bookings. We did have a problem with the way that they were being stored, so I've been going through those to make sure that we don't have any double bookings coming up, and we have developed a new system of recording those bookings as well. We are also having weekly meetings with the communications department to revamp our webpage for Marquette. So hopefully that will be completed by November. That's the tentative date that we have. And the RFP for the in-house catering contract is under review in the law department as of now. So hopefully that'll be going out soon as well. And that's all I have.
Questions from board members?
Just how are you adjusting? Are you finding that this is a challenging situation for you, or just giving your general feelings as to what you're experiencing now?
It's a lot of cleanup, but I kind of knew that it would be based on my previous role. I was able to kind of peek inside from the other side, and I knew that it would take a lot of reorganization. So nothing more than I expected. It's going to take a lot of work, but that's fine, and we're making a lot of headway. Of course, the storm created a large pause in the work that was being done, but I don't anticipate it being any more difficult than previously expected.
Thank you. Park maintenance.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Just to continue on with Marquette, the cleanup out there continues. We've gotten most of the branches that we could in the large parking area for like where the air show parks and that we've got most of the branches off of there. The shelter areas and that are clean of the branches. I just spoke with Brittany where the flagpole is in front of the pavilion. There's still some trees in there that we're going to remove by Friday. The beach itself, we've had a couple buoys wash up that we're picking up, and the lifeguard towers, I think 3 of them were knocked over, and so we'll be standing those up as soon as we can get a Bobcat out there. The license plate readers have been installed. They're installed at Lake Street, the main parking lot at Marquette, and also at the concession stand parking lot. They'll be out again this week. They couldn't actually hook them up to power last week because there was no power. So as soon as I can confirm that, they're going to come back out. And they sent an email today on just some of the stuff administrative stuff that we need to set up with them, Flash, and we'll go from there with that. The pavilions, all of them have power now that we use. Glen Ryan, Tolleson, and Roosevelt, so they're up and running. Damage wasn't that bad as far as the pavilions and that go. There was just more trees, nothing really hit the buildings or anything like that, so we survived that. It's just a power issue and getting everything on the grounds cleaned up. The Towson, Roosevelt, Ironwood, and Glen Ryan basketball courts are all up. Brunswick, the backboard's there. Escalade Sports is a sole source provider because they're the only ones that make Goal Setter. Sent the quotes into Darcy. They only take a credit card, so he's getting that taken care of, and hopefully by next week we'll have those backboards up at Brunswick as well. The pumps are on at Gleason. We're pumping the golf course as of this morning, and to continue on with the driving range. And that's about all I have. Just a lot of cleanup.
Don, a question about, I mean, there is an abundance of trees down in Marquette Park. And what's going to be happening moving forward?
Mr. Sylvia.
I'm gonna give a recovery plan.
And that's all I have.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Do you want the rest of Marquette Park now or later?
No.
Not now?
No.
Okay.
Park programs, we have work to do.
No, we don't have park programs for the Hudson Campbell here. I do have some updates prior to Mr. Suggs giving just the broader recovery plan for the city.
What about the lead coordinator of parks? Is that you?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a?
I do. I just have some comments. I want to start by thanking Commissioner Patterson on Friday, who was able to help us get Mr. Ford paid. You know, systems had been down, buildings without power, and he had, as we all do, an urgent need. So she was able to give approval to get him paid on last Friday in advance of the contract that was before you today. So just on his behalf, Commissioner Patterson, I want to thank you for doing that accommodation. And just kind of update, since the last meeting, activities have been, as you can imagine, significantly impacted by the storm. Our immediate focus has been on assessing damage in the pavilions and in the park space. As of yesterday, Roosevelt and Marquette were the only two pavilions that had power restored. So that gives our team an opportunity to really get in there and look at what, if any, damage has occurred. So as they continue to come online, we'll continue to update on that. Tree damage, debris, utilities, and facility conditions are all being documented and prioritized for recovery. I just said that it's been restored at Roosevelt and Marquette. Roosevelt was actually the site yesterday of a pretty significant city event, so we're happy to be able to host that. The installations for the Park Mobile had already started. They have installed the hardware, but I think the power outage sort of impeded their ability to get the connection, so we're still working on that connectivity. Work will resume probably as conditions allow, as they come online. A more detailed implementation and just kind of operational update should be available by the next board meeting. Parks crews are working alongside Public Works storm recovery operations to address the trees and limbs. And they have a priority area. We're looking at, making areas safe where folks are just kind of triaging all of the work that needs to be done. And Mr. Suggs will update us on just the parks recovery more broadly. Brittany updated us on the events and the rental. There have been some challenges, but Brittany's done an amazing job of kind of sussing out things like double bookings and making sure we get our books together so that we can kind of move forward on a more firm footing as it relates to pavilion rentals and so forth. We are in the process citywide of preparing our 2027 budget. So I just want to keep you in the loop on that. We expect to present it to the administration for the first round. So we will engage the park board as we move forward in that budget process. We're hoping to be able to decrease the amount for those entities that are generating or should be generating more revenue, Marquette as well as Hudson Campbell. I think there are some things on both sides that will kind of help to do that. We're looking to use Park Mobile and the proceeds from that to kind of offset costs with our lifeguards. We always seem to be challenged when it's time to bring those on board. So the storm has understandably shifted some of our planned timelines and priorities, but a more comprehensive update on recovery and where we stand within the park space. We hope to have that available at the next board meeting. Thank you. Mr. Stokes.
Anything else? Okay. Okay, come right here.
Good morning, members of the Park Board. Thank you for being here and thank you for your commitment to Gary Parks. Wanted to take an opportunity to bring you up to speed of what we faced with the derecho winds and our path forward. Just a little background information, and this does nothing but clear my conscience of sharing. Out of my 40 years at NIPSCO, dealing with storms, and my 3 years here at the city, I can clearly and confident, being fully confident to say that this is the worst I've seen. I've talked with some members and friends from around the country who have come and visit us here since the storm, who were part of the Katrina effort and also the Puerto Rico effort, and they have echoed my concerns that this is the worst that we've seen. Our area, our community in Northwest Indiana, a community that has had infrastructure installed that is aged, that could be 30, 40 years old, some of our poles. Our infrastructure was installed to handle 40 and 50 mile an hour winds, our alley infrastructure. We had 99 mile an hour sustained winds for about an hour. Created some damage where I saw 40 and 50 inch circumference trees twisted, not snapped, not broke, but twisted, like, you know, how you just tear something up. And so we have had some damage, and so I just want to thank everyone for their patience. When you talk about Marquette Park, the first time I drove Marquette Boulevard and Oak Street, I simply was amazed at the percentage of trees that were down. There were certainly more trees down than left standing. And so our path forward. We as a city have been working and still have been working to seek out a path forward. How do we get this debris? The first thing we did was clear streets. We came out and cleared streets so that people that need to get to the hospital or wherever, they can at least get out of their community. And so we cleared the main streets and then we cleared the local streets. At that point, people start coming to us and saying we provide assistance for disasters, and you're always concerned about, you know, the folks who come to you right away just to make sure that they're right. But we have been fortunate working along with Lake County and Commissioner Allen as some of the people that we were able to bring to the table. So we have brought an organization called Aegis to the table who will manage our FEMA recovery application and our HUD application for if in fact the president signs the disaster, FEMA disaster forms, that will allow some reimbursements for the funds that will be spent. We estimate that we'll probably spend about $8.5 million on this storm and the recovery of the storm. What Aegis will do is give us the plan. They will make the plan and document the plan for presenting to FEMA so that they can review. They are very familiar with the FEMA standards of this Recovery Act. It is very concise, the requirements and documenting of trees, tree sizes, locations that they were removed from, locations that they were taken to. So we will have Aegis handle that. Secondly, we will have a company called Townsend. Townsend will be our monitor. They will monitor that everything is being done in accordance to FEMA regulations. And so that means they will be taking pictures of every pile of trees, everything that's coming and we're handling during this storm. We are hoping and we are telling folk that if you get the trees to your curb, we will pick it up. If you get the debris off your lot, don't worry about having someone come get it. You get the debris to your lot, to your curb, we will pick it up. We have hired a third company called Ashbrit. Ashbrit is another national company who is in town now. Ashbrit is in town now, and Townsend is in town now. Townsend is actually doing some hiring of Gary citizens, local hiring for people who will become monitors. They're going to pay them $14 an hour, and they're going to work them because they're going to work rain, dark, day. They're going to work to get this monitoring done, but they're going to train them how to do it to meet FEMA regulations so that we will still be eligible for recovery. So we are working with Townsend. Ashbrit will be picking up the material. They are going to be charged with picking up the material, and so they're going to pick it up and put it in locations. We have 3 locations around the city. We have the Old North Gleason Golf Course, the old parking lot there that we have been allowing citizens that just pay somebody to get something out to go dump those trees over there. We have been using the old 1901 Melton Road. What is the Screaming Wheels site?
Give me 1 minute.
Yeah. The old Screaming Wheels site there on Melton Road across from the Mosley. We have been using that as a storage place for city work. So all the trees that we have been clearing up, we have been putting over there. That will be the city site. So everything that we pick up, we're going to dump over there. Ashbrit will be bringing in 2 incinerators, and they will incinerate that wood debris. We are estimating between 120 and 140 cubic yards of tree debris down in the city. That burning it inside the incinerators will create the ash, gets it down to about 10% of the size that it was. We are contracting then with Republic, who will come and remove the ash, and they will test it and then put it in the right, correct disposal place, whether it's down in Newton County because of contaminations or at a local tips, local tip location. So that's kind of our plan for it, big picture. But our plan is to clear our parks and our city properties of this wood material, this wood debris. And we're hoping that the team is telling us that we're going to be done probably maybe 30 days out. We'll see. It looks a bit overwhelming for me, especially thinking of it, trying to do it with our capacity here in the city. But we're looking to get that done. So that's the big picture. I know that we've had members of the community asking us, what are we going to do? Are we just with all this wood, with all these trees? Well, that's the plan. I feel confident based on the work and the energy that the team has done, and they've done an amazing job. Rachel and her team, Ms. Sharp and her team, of really documenting using GIS and having employees go out as assessors from day one. Day one, we had a group of about 20 employees walking the city, driving the city, and we did it 3 times to assess the damage. First, it was the major roads down, then what roads were down, and then what locations are still without power. And so we have put a lot of energy and documented a truly impressive story for a city our size on how we tried to recover from the storm. So I'm very happy with that. But I'm surely open it up for questions if you have any questions or thoughts or concerns.
Mike, what number would a person call if they needed some of the help you outlined earlier?
So we have a couple scenarios. You can go to the City of Gary website, and we list all of the sources that we have there, people that where we can go. You can always use 311 or 211 as sources to call and document your services. We have been working hand in hand with NIPSCO. Matter of fact, since I've been sitting here, I've texted 3 things to my NIPSCO representatives of people who have felt like they've been left out or their location hasn't been come, so that we can get some reassurances. NIPSCO is planning to meet their deadline by midnight tonight. There may be some outliners. Right now, these are what they call onesies and twosies, where these houses are so isolated, their service line was isolated and distributed and didn't impact the whole neighborhood. So these folks are being touched one-on-one. But we do have services. If your weatherhead was pulled down, that we have people in town that will repair that weatherhead for free. We have people in town called Rubicon. Rubicon is coming to town. They're another national and international organization of first responders and law people who have used this effort to fix things. They go around and they look into communities that don't have resources. So if your weatherhead is down, if you have a tree down and you don't have the resources to pay to get that done, Rubicon will be in our town for probably 3 or 4 weeks looking for locations where they can do that work at no charge to the homeowner to make repairs. So I don't know if that answers.
How do you contact Rubicon? Is that through the 311 or the City of Gary and ask for the help or what?
They have not, they actually, go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, we're still working out the framework for Rubicon. They just started to arrive here on the ground yesterday. But Mr. Cook, I would suggest for the folks who are comfortable with tech, to go onto the website, because there is a whole storm recovery page. So whether your need is a social service, whatever your need is, if you want to make a donation, you're going to find that information there. For people who are not necessarily tech savvy, I would advise them to call either 211 or 219-881-1311. And they can get your request routed to the appropriate agency. So I would use those 2 to get the most complete and the most accurate information to be able to help our residents. Okay?
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and we can circle back if it's the board's pleasure. I see our programs director is here. You had a question about some programs, if you want to entertain that at this time, regarding parks programs.
Oh, no, I was just,
Mr. Cook wanted to know.
Oh, okay.
The number of participants at the.
Oh, okay, but you can just present your report.
Good morning, everyone.
Good
morning.
I'm Mattie, Parks Programming Director. And did you have a question for me, Mr. Cook?
Yeah, I was just wondering, the line dancing that we're paying $50 an hour for, just what was the attendance like in that situation? Just curious.
Oh, okay. So the class usually hosts about 30 to 45 people, and that class is twice a month from 5 to 7 p.m. every first and third week of the month.
Okay, so it is well attended, it sounds like.
Yes, yes. as well as the age-friendly bingo. We have a pretty nice number of participants as that as well.
I don't have any questions unless you want to give your.
Yes, okay. So, of course, those two programs have been put on hold due to the storming. So once everything is up and running again, then we will start back with the line dancing as well as the age-friendly bingo. We also had to cancel the farming in the parks for August 13th. So I'm working with the team to figure out another date, early September, so we can pass out the fresh fruit and veggies to the residents. We also hosted Teaming Up and Cleaning Up with our South Shore group, and that was hosted over at Tolliston Park. We'll be hosting a Teaming Up and Cleaning Up with United Way, and that one will be September the 18th, and we'll be at the lakefront cleaning on that Saturday morning. So anyone interested in joining us, then you would just meet us there at 10 a.m. And the group and I will be cleaning out on the lakefront until 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and that's September the 18th. We are working with Public Works and the engineer department on lighting in the park because we would like to also implement an after-school program at Tolliston, Roosevelt, and also Glen Ryan. So those dates will be coming up by our next board meeting when we'll be hosting the after-school programs. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Public comment?
Okay, I have Ruby Rose, were you just signing on? Okay, and then I have, looks like West Grade Quality of Life. Who's representing? No, ma'am.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
I have Agnes representing Good morning, City of Gary and Parks Board. My name is Atia Muhammad, and I'm here today to represent the Brunswick Park Community Revitalization Initiative, and our group is called the West Gary Quality of Life. And we are working on a grant, and it is surrounded by Brunswick. And I'm here today to ask for your support, but also to give you some more information about what we've been doing and what we plan to do here. So the West Gary Quality of Life Partnership is a community-based initiative created with the Field Museum and Northwest Indiana organizations that started back in 2020. And today we are seeking the support of the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, which is the GLRI, which is, they're doing an initiative for our area, and that includes the City of Gary. And we want to collaborate with you guys as the manager and also the landowner, as we do not own Brunswick. And right now we're asking for the city support for the proposed project above, and that includes a letter of support and also a MOU for continued coordination with us doing work and also being able to use the park with the revitalization efforts. The partnership between West Gary Quality of Life and the Field Museum, we did have a small amount, but it's been lost due to government funding and the changes, especially with the Department of Education. And right now, we do have a number of regional partners. We have the Forest Service, we have the Field Museum, the Nature Conservancy. We also recently partnered with the Urban Waters Federal Partnership Ambassadors. And this proposal is intended to preserve and expand the community relationships, the environmental work, and also community and resident engagement that has been going on up to date. Why Brunswick Park? Why do we want to work there? Brunswick Park is proposed as an anchor site for the community-centered environmental restoration and engagement effort of the west side of Gary. The project is designed to build on the work that already has been taking place while increasing resident participation, which is very important, volunteer and training opportunities, also work opportunities, environmental stewardship. We also want to bring on some youth engagement and work as well, recreational opportunities, and also just to raise the community pride in the area. This, the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative, which is GLRI, the goals around the project, a few things that we want to do is we want to collect rainwater and storm water. So we want to place rain barrels at Brunswick, collect that water, but also use that captured water and support existing tree planting and also landscaping in the area. We also thought about a small garden there as well, just with small things like native plants, bringing on some more things that's already in the area, but doing habitat restoration as well, controlling invasive species, and also we would love to plant some additional trees at Brunswick as well. And we want to do that with the local urban forestry that's going on now. Another part of this grant, which is about 25% of it, is youth workforce development opportunities that involve tree care, brush clearing, and restoration activities, which we have partnered with our fiscal sponsor, which is Gary Community Partnership with Jeffrey Edwards. And right now, we want to bring programming that the residents use, the schools, the environmental partners, and the city departments can all come together with ongoing stewardship for this area as well.
What I would like to do is, I would like to turn this over to legal as it relates to the request for an MOU and the related letter. And then I would like to schedule this as part of an executive session for our next meeting so that we can actually give it the proper time and attention.
Right, and I do understand the time. If you switch over to page 4, we do have the immediate timeline. Speaking on the timeline, this actually just opened up late July. We did plan to attend the last board meeting, but due to the storm, we could not. So it was already a press for time because the letter of interest was previously due on September 4th. They did push it up to September 11th. So it was already like a squeeze on it. So we prepped for 2 weeks coming to the board meeting, and then we had the storm, but now it has been pushed back. So we should have enough time for that. A little bit more about everything. Of course, we'll go into detail in that executive, President Gardner, we will do that. I wanted to mention that we will be having the annual Family Fun Day. Again, this is something that we've been doing every year. Last year, it was well attended. We had about 80 people to come out, and what we did was we gave out native plants to people in the area. We did hula hooping, jump roping, did some active walking in the area. There's some natural area back there. We did a small tour for the residents as well. We also barbecued and provided food. So right now we'll just ask to use the picnic area again for that and also update the signage as well.
Okay, I don't think that'll be a problem. I'm gonna ask that you would address that desire to our parks programming.
Yes, sir.
For that, our next meeting will be September 8th.
Okay.
And by then we'll be able to hear from legal on the MOU.
Yes.
And we'll be able to actually take some time and look at this during the executive session. And so you're welcome. We'll send you information. You're welcome to come to that executive session that we're going to schedule for September the 8th.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So we got Carol Smith.
Okay, Carol.
Carol still doesn't have power. She's been coming to my house to work. So yesterday, while we were working on the Japanese bridge, we came to a conclusion that we're going to do more. It keeps turning into more. The further we get into it, the reason for that is we were really fortunate running across the company called Southern Platforms in Gorge. They are a kind of nationwide scaffolding company. You know, and if the Bears win the stadium, they're going to need scaffolding. They're that big. We had a guy in Miller that worked for them for 30 years. He retired. He went to them and asked, can we put scaffolding on the Japanese bridge? He came with 6 guys, a truckload of equipment, put it up in about 6 hours. We assisted, your folks assisted with a forklift for us. The cost of that, donated $10,000. So we were really fortunate. And when that happened, it just opened up what we could do, because previously, you know, we're working off ladders on the ice, we're working off boats on the water. Now we have a platform under there that's like a super highway. So we started taking things apart.
Just a moment, Mr. Sutton.
Mr. President, I would ask that you talk to the park director there, because I think that there needs to be some understanding of the schedule and timeline that she has got activities planned.
Yeah.
That wasn't planning on an extension for more scope. Change of
Well,
scope.
what we do on the bridge should not interfere with what your plans are, as long as your plans don't involve the bridge.
So we have weddings booked, and they intend to either use the area for pictures, so they just want an idea of when the construction there will be done. I know that it probably won't be finished for the one couple that inquired. Their wedding is scheduled for September 5th, and we're hoping that it will be cleared by then, but I'm assuming that it won't be.
Probably not, because when we worked yesterday, taking things apart, we thought we were going to be replacing 4 or 5 of the cross members. And as it turns out, they're all bad. There's 38 of them. So our plan now is to take the entire deck off, replace those 34, and then start putting the deck back on, you know, and using as much lumber as we can, and then installing new.
So do we have a timeline when we think that it possibly could be done? I just want to be able to relay that information to, we have weddings booked out until next year.
Let's aim at the middle of September.
Okay.
I mean, you know, it's all volunteer labor too, so some people have to stop and make a living and then go back and work some more. So we're on it as hard as we can be. And we're actually happy that these things are coming up, because when we're done, I mean, the thing's gonna last another 30 years. All right. So part of what we've done, it's, you know, if we run out of time, then I'll turn into Carol for 2 minutes, okay? When we started this job, the top of these posts, there's 28 of these posts in the bridge. The top looked like this, all worn, sun beat up. When we initially started, we were going to just leave these posts in place, cut the top off and put a new top on, okay? As we started going through it, we found out that, you know, we really needed to pull these out, because we took these out, sanded them. Wherever they needed patching work, where there was rock, we fixed it. Then we stained them. These tops, as you see here, these 28 tops, I went to the Carpenter's Apprentice Program, and the Apprentice Program built 28 custom tops for the posts. So these are now on top of all the posts, screwed and glued and ready to go back in. You know, and we got about 100 hours in this. The Carpenter's Apprentice donated their time. So these are all ready to go back in. You know, like we said yesterday, we determined we have to take the entire deck off to be able to replace the cross members. And that's in progress right now. They start to take stuff apart and sort everything out. But we shouldn't be in the way of, you know, anything other than, you know, people can't go across the bridge while we're working on it. So what this is gonna run, our best estimate for this material is approximately $6,500. And we're probably under that. We had other donations. We had donations from the Fastenal company. They donated $700 or $800 worth of fasteners that we've been using. So if you're so inclined, we would ask the park board to start us out on a 50-50 basis with that $6,400 ticket. You know, if you want to talk over that, talk to them about it, and that would be great. You know, if not, we're going to be doing it regardless.
Okay, I think we'll schedule this for our next meeting. Right now, to be very honest with you and the citizens of the city of Gary, all of our priority is one thing, the recovery effort for the city of Gary. And that takes, for every department of our city, that's our focus. We will take this up at our next meeting, which is on September 8th. We check to see what our capacity is to help in this particular effort. Friends of Marquette have done amazing things for Marquette Park, and we are highly appreciative and do desire and look forward to continuing to work hand in hand with you guys.
So that's our intention.
Okay. So
we're even getting a few younger people involved on our board, which is really good because you take a little off of Carol, take a little off of me.
So right now, we just need a little breathing space because our focus is on the recovery effort.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not going to take any of your time or people effort. You know, it's just a matter of funds.
Yes.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's only money. So now I'll speak for Carol and the garden club. Both the Friends of Marquette Park and the garden club want to assist with the trees in Marquette Park. So what we need to know is what your plan is and see how we can fit into that plan to assist.
And I would, yeah, that would be deferred to our parks coordinator, and we can have that conversation off.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Take my little buddy to leave.
Any closing comments from board members?
We have our work cut out, so.
Anyone else?
I'd like to thank the city of Gary and the city administration for all the work they have done, even when it seems like you're not getting the kudos that you deserve. I just want you to be encouraged that we appreciate your efforts and everything that has transpired, because it has been a lot. This is the first time I've ever seen anything like this in my lifetime, and as Mr. Suggs alluded to, and so we just need to stand together. There's a lot of community effort going on, and people are noticing us live streaming and social media, and I think the face that we need to show is the face of togetherness, respect, and love for one another. So that's what I want to say. Thank you.
I would simply, in conclusion, echo the words of Ms. Patterson and from Mr. Suggs. I've been in the city of Gary for 70 years, and I have never seen in those 70 years the destruction that we had to deal with based on this weather, from this weather emergency. And so that's what it was. It was an emergency. And I want to commend our city leadership for its response to this emergency. tough, but we had very little to no loss of life. We lost some possessions, we lost some food in our freezers. Our golf course lawns got torn up by downed leaves and trees, but we're okay. And I think that I saw people who live next door to each other become neighbors, which is a positive. And so I just want to commend our administration and the citizens of the city for weathering this storm, for coming together. And not only are we already okay, but we're going to be better after this is over. With that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Second. Meeting is
And make sure we locate the date change on the ACII contract.